Welcome to my YouTube channel. We are going to be talking about the Applied Civics Project today and specifically the public meeting requirement. So in Google Classroom, you will find the section Applied Civics Project and you will find the public meeting. There are three items here linked directly to the web page that talks about the assignment and the verification sheet and news article. Both of these have to be turned in to get credit. So going to the website, you will find this section right here where it says that you need to go to a public meeting one per quarter. So in the first quarter and the second quarter, you have to go to two meetings. The purposes of this is that you actually go to a live meeting because you are learning how to actually influence the political process. You may not live stream these. You may not just watch a video of past ones. You're supposed to actually attend in person of an elected body of officials making decisions about an area in which you actually live. So the two ones that come directly to mind is the school board for our district and also the city council. If you actually live in another city, you should go to that city's meetings. You can also go to elementary districts in the area that you live, but these are the two ones that I would like you to go to. You could also go to the county supervisors, but they often meet at times that are not very convenient. Finally, there is the state legislature and U.S. Congress, but I want to make sure you understand these may not be live streamed. They may not be done by Zoom. This is specifically included for people who actually make trips to go see this, and those can be used. Otherwise, you are looking at these meetings right here. So it tells right here what they do, when they meet, where they meet, and links to the agenda. By law in California, any meeting of public officials who are discussing public business must post an agenda 3 days before the meeting to allow the public to understand what is going on, what's going to be talked about, what might be decided, etc. So looking at one of these agendas, like this one for the school board, it takes you to this link and it tells you when they're going to have the meeting. And right here is the link to the agenda itself. So here's what a typical agenda looks like. And basically, it tells you step by step the order of things that they're going to talk about and when things are done. So you have a closed session, which you can't actually attend. So it's the open session. And they do a series of different things. And then this is the one that can be really interesting. This is the public comments where people can talk about anything they want to, generally for about 2 minutes, that is not actually on the agenda. And then the rest of it is the agenda. And they have a series of reports by the superintendent, board members, or others about activities that they have investigated and are now reporting to the board. These are discussion and action items. If it says discussion, they're just discussing it. If it's action, they're actually going to take a vote on it. And you will find attachments to these various agenda items which give you more information. Down here are the consent items. These are items that they are going to make a decision on and are usually voted on as one single batch. So here is the agenda, and you should look at this first. Here is the verification form that you're going to be using, where you put all the information, your name, period, and whether it's a school board, city council, county supervisors, etc. These, state and federal, must be attended in person, and other may not be used for the public meeting, but it could be used for the elective option. More on that later. The town where it comes from, who led the meeting, who's actually directing and saying you can speak, etc. You must paste the link from the agenda right here. And here is the agenda. So this link, you just copy it and it goes right in here. If you are choosing to actually speak at the meeting, then you would actually put a check mark here. If not, you would just put it here. If you are speaking, you would actually use the public speaking form, which is right here. That must be turned in addition to this sheet. If you are doing it by Zoom, then you have to take a picture of you in front of your computer. And in this shot, it must be you and your computer screen with the meeting going on. Down here, these are some questions just to help guide you. These are not questions you necessarily have to answer. They are just simply there as you're watching the meeting to focus your attention. What you're really responsible for is the news article. That's why it says the news article. You will not get credit for the meeting without the article. So you click on this and it brings up this article, where you also copy in the link to the agenda right here. And you write an article of a minimum of 200 words about what was interesting at that meeting. And then you give it a headline that is attention grabbing. What's the most important thing people should know about this meeting? So you must upload both the news article and the public meeting verification form to Google Classroom right here and right here. And that's how you get your meeting done. I highly recommend doing it as soon as possible and not waiting to the last minute. You will not be allowed to do additional other meetings unless you get specific approval from me ahead of time. So like in the last week, trying to go to a meeting from another county or another city, etc., normally will not be allowed. Alrighty, so that is the public meeting.